Hello, Tricksters. I hope you all are having a great day. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the CliqTrix webinar. I'm Purvik, the platform evangelist for Cliq, and I'll be your host for the entire session. We'll also have a dedicated QA session at the end of the webinar where we'll discuss any questions that you might have about the event, which Tyagaraj will answer. So whatever doubts you might get in the middle of the webinar, you can post them using the questions tab on the left of your screen, which we'll address at the end of the session. And Tiago will also try to address it in the middle of the webinar by answering your questions directly. I just wanted to quickly remind you that this is a recorded session and we'll be posting it on our YouTube channel CliqTrix later. The link will also be shared in the CliqTrix network. And if you have any difficulties hearing my audio or if the video isn't loading, please mention it in the chat tab so we can resolve it. In this webinar, I'll be walking you through an overview of the Zoho Cliq platform, which is what you'll be using for your competition. I'll also be introducing some of the help materials which you can later use to build your application. So let's get on with the session and we'll start with the agenda for the webinar. First, we'll see what Zoho Cliq is. Once we understand what it is, we'll look into some of the features of Zoho Cliq and how it will be useful in any business for that matter. After that, I'll explain about all the internal components present in the Cliq platform, which can be used in Cliq extensions. We'll also see about Cliq extensions, which are what you'll be working on for most of the contest. Then, we'll see how you can choose your use cases and the best practices you need to follow while choosing them. We'll also have a live demo of creating a simple demo widget using a Google Drive connection. And then, finally, I'll be walking you through some of the help materials that are available in Zoho Cliq so that you can start building your application using the Cliq platform. Moving on, let me tell you what Zoho Cliq is. Zoho Cliq is a business communication software and a collaboration platform. It is built exclusively for businesses where teams can get together, collaborate, discuss, and communicate with each other to get things done in a more productive way. Cliq provides a forum for team and organization level discussions with the help of channels and group chats. This enables teams within the organization to communicate and collaborate effectively. Cliq provides various features to make your work easier and more organized. It has various features for boosting teamwork as well as your own productivity. Cliq provides channels and threads where teams can discuss about topics and collaborate. It also supports screen sharing, file sharing, audio and video calling for better collaboration. By default, Zoho Cliq also provides you with a personal virtual assistant called Taz, which is Zoho Cliq's default bot. You can use Taz to send messages to yourself that you want to save, set reminders for anything that you like, and also to create events that you might want others to attend. Just like Taz, you can use the Cliq platform to build your own bots and other tools to automate most of your workflows. You can also integrate Cliq with other applications to further extend Cliq's potential and reduce your workload. We now know that Cliq provides you with the ability to automate most of your tasks and that it is done mostly through the Cliq platform. But first, what is a developer platform? A developer platform is a set of tools that help you modify an application or software based on your needs or workflow. So if the application is the cake, the developer platform gives you the necessary tools to do the icing on top of it. Cliq platform also uses Deluge as its coding language. Deluge, or data-enriched language for the universal grid environment, is Zoho's proprietary scripting language. The advantage of using a scripting language over a programming language is that they are easy to learn, less time-consuming, and have more functionality. The platform also has different components with different functionalities, which are used to tackle various use cases. On the screen, you can see that there are different components present in the Cliq platform, which are commands, bots, message actions, functions, schedulers, databases, and widgets. You can pick from these components to create your extension. Before we go into detail about the components, let's take a look at the message builder. Cliq is primarily a messaging platform. Since messaging is the primary mode of communication in most cases, chances are you'll be constructing messages for quite some time. Cliq has different styles and templates with which you can customize your message. But to type in the code for the different styles and buttons is a hassle. This is where the message builder comes in clutch. It has a low-code, user-friendly graphical interface with which you can construct a message any way you want. Just go to click.zoho.com/message builder, and you can see that all you have to do is choose the theme and basic information, and you can preview it in real time. The best part is the message builder generates the code for the message that you build in real time. So you don't have to type any of the code. So all you have to do is copy the code that it generates and use it in your integration. This will save you a lot of time while creating your extensions. So make sure to check this out. This is an integral part. So we'll look at the components of the Cliq platform. The first tool that we're going to take a look at is functions. Functions are just structured pieces of code that are stored. They can be triggered to perform an action by clicking a button or submitting a form. The point of functions is to simplify workflows so that your code is divided into pieces and not just one complete mess, where it takes a long time to figure out which line of code does what. Functions can be triggered either from forms or buttons. Here is an example of how a function is used in a poll bot. On clicking the button, the user's choice is updated in a database. You can also invoke a function from a quick action button like in a widget or a message card. You can create buttons in your message card easily by using the message builder that we mentioned earlier. Functions can also be used to collect multiple responses from forms and perform an action using the data in the form. Speaking of forms, let's go into forms. Let's look at message form builder. Forms in Cliq are used to collect multiple inputs from a user in one go. They are better alternatives for conversational input as the data collected is more structured. These forms are invoked through an action such as clicking on a button. Forms can be built using the form builder. The form builder is basically just like the message builder, but for forms. It provides you with an interface to easily create your forms without having to type any code. It's fully a drag and drop process to create forms using the form builder, and honestly, it's one of my favorite low-code features of the Cliq platform. To access the form builder, just head over to click.zoho.com/formbuilder, and if any of your use cases require you to create a form, make sure to check this out because this is a real good time saver. Next up are schedulers. Well, as the name suggests, they are used to perform certain actions on a scheduled basis. These are configurable components that are helpful in automating repetitive tasks. The keyword here is repetitive. So if you see any use case that requires a repetitive action, schedulers is your choice. Schedulers in Cliq can be configured for repeated execution, be it daily, weekly, or monthly. Databases. Databases are used to store data, obviously, as the name suggests. They're a native solution, which means they have improved performance and reliability compared to relying on third-party storage services. Due to their complete integration with Cliq, they're the perfect storage solution for data from other integrations. Due to their high performance, it is possible to perform CRUD operations on the data with easy access. So if you want to store any data from your integrations and work with them, a database is the component that you want. The next component that we're going to see are bots. Think of bots as handy assistants who help in automating your simple daily activities. There can be a conversational interface, thereby replacing the need for human input about common queries or alerts. So they have various handlers which are used to tackle specific actions. For example, the welcome handler in bots is used to welcome a new user when they first subscribe to the bot. The message handler is used to provide customized replies to messages which satisfy specific conditions. This thereby making the conversation less mechanical and more lively. Speaking of alerts, they can also connect to other applications and services to bring you, the user, automated alerts and information instantaneously in real time. Widgets are plugins that are used to display information in a type of homepage view. They are highly customizable in the way they display the said information and support custom actions such as buttons. They also provide a wide range of textual and visual elements that further enhance the data displayed. Next up is the slash command. Slash commands are great time-saving shortcuts. They are used to perform tasks. So they are mainly used to push or pull data directly from your chat window. You can initiate them by just typing in / and entering the command name. So if you want to invoke any type of code easily from the chat as a shortcut, you have to go for slash commands. Next, let's take a look at message actions. As the name suggests, message actions perform actions on a message. Now, it might sound a bit complicated, but you use message actions almost every day. Default actions such as forward, reply to, and copy are all message actions because they perform a certain action on the message. Besides these default ones, Click provides us with the ability to create custom actions that help us with our workflow, such as adding the message as a note. Connections are used to integrate other applications and services with Zoho Cliq. They are used in a URL invocation task to access authenticated data. What does that mean? Authenticated data. That means they can only access data which you authenticate. They provide a user-friendly interface for you to easily connect with other applications and also support various types of authentication such as OAuth 2.0, API keys, etc. Click supports over 80 default services and also lets you connect with other services by adding them as a custom service. Some or all the components that we saw till now can be bundled together to form an extension. Extensions are simple applications built on top of Cliq using the Cliq platform. They serve in extending the functionalities of Cliq as an app, hence the name extensions. For this contest, you'll be building an extension based on a use case that you select that will help Cliq tackle specific use cases. If you go to the CliqTrix webpage, which you've already gone to probably, you see that we've listed possible use cases that you can take up and build your extensions. Besides these, you can also come up with your own use cases that will help Cliq users in their work. Before selecting a use case, it should be noted that you'll have to use an application. If you're connecting to another application, the application must support REST APIs to integrate with Cliq. Also, it is more favorable if the application supports OAuth 2.0 authentication. You'll also get more marks if your extension supports webhooks. It should be noted that you don't have to connect with another application for your extension. You can also create your extension wholly based on the platform components, creating a native integration to solve a use case. An example of a native integration would be the poll bot, where you use only slash commands, bots, widgets, and databases to create polls directly in Cliq without the use of any application, any outside application or software. So the steps to identify a use case. What are the steps you can follow? First, you have to identify a problem or a potential situation where you can upgrade the services of Cliq. Then, after identifying the use case, you have to start analyzing which component of the Cliq platform can best solve the problem. The components include all the components that we saw till now. So the best practices that can get you better results are providing CTA wherever necessary in the form of buttons or links. For larger results where you cannot populate the results altogether in a single place, you can use pagination or list navigation. Finally, handle all the configurations and setup in a smart way so that the end user has a smooth experience using your extension. So if we go to the market to get to know more about how the extensions tackle the use cases, you can visit the marketplace and check out the already published extensions for Cliq. So let me share my screen. Can you guys see my screen? If you can see my screen, can you type yes in the chat or something? Yes, okay. So you can see my screen. So this is the homepage for Cliq, as you know. So here on the top right, if you click on extensions, it will take you to the extensions page where this is the marketplace. These are all the extensions that are already published in the marketplace. So if we click on box here, this extension, you can see that this is the overview of the extension. If you look at the key features, you can see that it supports a message action, it supports a slash command, and it supports a widget, and also supports a button where you can share the files directly in the chat. So these are all this is how an extension is supposed to be. An extension that contains different components and which are bundled together. This is what forms an extension. It should be noted that while choosing your use case, you shouldn't choose a use case that is already tackled in one of the marketplace extensions. So if we look, let's search for Google Drive in the my extensions page, marketplace. Now here, you can see that it supports a widget and it also supports a slash command. If I open my Google Drive, these are all the 3 files that are present in my Google Drive. So we have to create a widget. We need a widget or Google Drive widget, which is going to take all these 3 files and import it directly into a widget in Cliq so that we can perform actions directly from Cliq without ever having to change applications. So to do that, to create an extension, first, let's create a connection from Cliq to Google Drive. To do that, click on Bots and Tools on your profile picture. If you click on Bots and Tools, at the bottom left, you can see that there's connections in the integrations part. Click on Connections. And on the top right, you can see that it has a Create Connection button. We're going to click on Create Connection. Since Drive is already supported as a default connection, all we have to do is search for Drive and click on the service. So enter the name. So let's enter Google Drive. Fix. So let's the name as connect. Any name that you want, you can write it here. And you have to choose the scopes that you want. We need these two scopes to access the files in our Google Drive. So we're selecting both these scopes. So we're gonna click on connect. This is gonna take us to Zoho Flow. This allows us to easily connect Zoho Cliq with other applications. So my Gmail is John Woods. So I'm gonna click on this. Click on allow. So that's it. It's as simple as that, connecting with the default service. So I'm gonna click on close. Now let's create a widget, a Google Drive widget. So click on create widget. So let's say Drive CliqTrix'. Google Drive. So I'm gonna go for personal this time. So I'm gonna click on create. So I already have the code to copy. So I'm gonna paste it here. So to write the widget code, all you have to do is go to you can get the you can get the code of how to write the widget code in the help documents. All you have to do is refer to the help documents. So the reason that the only thing that I'm gonna explain here is how we're using the invoke statement to connect to Google Drive and get the files from there, and also. Oh yeah, that's it. This is the important part that we're gonna take a look at. So here you can see everything else is in the help documents that you can refer to in the widgets help documents. I'll show you where the widget help documents are after this example. So here you can see that I've used the invoke URL statement. The best part of using Cliq is if I type in invoke URL now here, if I press enter on the suggestion, you can see that it automatically writes the code, the basic code for me. And all I have to do is click on here and enter the variables that are required for the code. So here I've put the variable as G drive, and the URL for the REST API for the API is this. So how do you get the URL for the API? So my application is Google Drive. To get any REST APIs for an app, all you have to do is go to a search engine or any search engine and type in the name of the app. So it's Google Drive, and followed it by a REST APIs. Follow it with REST APIs. So click on the first link. So this is the Drive APIs. So go to reference. These are all the APIs that are available for me. So here you can see that there are APIs for files. These are the APIs that I want. I want to get all the files that are in my Google Drive. So here you can see that I want to get all these files from my drive into my Cliq. So this is the API that I want. So here, if I scroll down, you can see that this is the URL for me. Here it's showing the reason why file ID is italics is that it's a parameter and it's only used for getting a specific file. So I don't want a specific file. I want all my files. So the URL for this is I only want it till files. So https www.googleapis.com/drive/v3/files. This is the API. This is the URL that I have here. I've copied it from there to here. And the type is get. Since I'm only getting the files, so we're going to create our own widget or a Google Drive anything. So the type is get. And for parameters, to get the parameters, if you go back to the API, in the help documents, the API documents, you can see that it has a lot of optional parameters. I'm not going to go for file ID since I want all the files that I in my drive. So if I scroll down, if you can see that in fields, it only by default it only returns specific fields. but I want the download link, the view link, and everything, the name of the file, and the image that is the icon for the file. I want everything. So to get all the fields, I have to use this special. I have to give this special value star to the fields. So if I go back in params, I've created a map called for parameters called params, and params dot put fields. I put the value for fields as stars. So the reason I did it here instead of typing it directly from here, this makes it dynamic. So you never have to mess with the connection. All you have to do if you want to add more parameters, for example, if you want to include labels, or if you want to get only a specific file ID, all you have to do is directly add this parameter in this map. So this will dynamically replace this parameter. So, and this parameter is what we brought here in the parameters. And next is the connection. The connection that I've used here. So I'm going to delete the connection. The connection that we just created. What was the name of the connection? To get that, on the top right, click on connections. And in my connections, so this is the name of the connection. So the connection name is Google Drive _ CliqTrix'. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to delete the ones that I accidentally wrote. So I'm going to save it. So if I close it now, why don't we just click in another page and check if the widget is working. So scroll down to the widgets, and Drive CliqTrix' is the widget that I want. You can see that all 3 files from my drive are here, and there are 2 buttons to view and download. So if I click on view for the Cliq logo, you can see that it directly opens drive in a new page and goes to the file directly without me having to open drive. So if I click on download, I can just download it directly from Cliq without having to open drive. So it's downloaded it already. I didn't even go to Google Drive. So you can also have many more options such as share, or this is a basic use case widget. You can do more with it, but this is just for your understanding of how we created a widget and how we connected to Google Drive from Cliq, and how we use the invoke URL statement. So we have a lot of help documents to assist you in creating an extension. To access them, all you have to do is click on your profile picture. So for example, if you want to know how this widget is created and how all these codes mean, so you can refer to the help documents. To go to the help documents, go to your home page, click on your profile picture, and here under help you can see that there's a resources button. If you click on resources button, it's going to take you to the help pages. So here you can see that there are different guides to help you. You can refer to the user guide if you have any doubts regarding how to use Cliq. So such as how a channel is used, and how you can create a channel, or how you can add a bot to a channel, a participant to a channel, all the basic stuff of how a user, anything user related, you can find it here. And if you have any doubts regarding the Cliq platform, head over to the resources on window on the top right and click on developer guide. Here you can see that everything the platform related is present here. To view the REST API for Cliq, here this is the link for that. If you click here, you can see that this is the REST API for Cliq. If you want to use any webhooks for your application, you can refer to the REST APIs for Cliq here. And then here's the deluge reference guide. If you have any doubts regarding deluge, and if you want to know more about tasks such as how to post a message to a bot, or how to post a message to a channel, or how to post a message to a channel as a bot, you can refer to that here. The Deluge has a lot of tasks that makes it easier for you to code. So, and the internal tools, this is where all the help documents for platform component related things are here. So if you want to know more how to create a widget, this is the help page that you want to look at. So this is an introduction to widget and how it is made of, a widget structure, such as tabs, sections, and elements, and how you can create a widget, and how there are even examples that you can refer to in these help documents. So if you want any help documents regarding any of the platform components, this is where you have to go. Next up, we have extensions, developing extensions. If you want to know how you can bundle all these components together and build an extension, this is the place where you want to go. Besides this, if you don't want to code in Deluge, and if you want to code in Node.js or any other programming language that you want as a Catalyst, we also support Catalyst type extensions and webhook based extensions. If you want to know more about how you can create these type of extensions, you can refer to the this is the place where they are too. So if you can refer to these help documents. Then we also have developer FAQ, where all the frequently asked questions are there. So before you post your query on the CliqTrix network, about if you have any queries, that is, make sure you check these help documents and these FAQs, because they'll mostly have the answer to your queries. So make sure to check these out. And if you scroll down, most people don't miss these two because they're like at the bottom. We also have code samples and video tutorials. So code samples is what we have code samples for, like frequently used extensions, such as like the Google Drive, that uses just a slash command, how it uses, and Yelp and Appear. You can download the source code for these for reference. If you have another use case that is similar to this app and similar to this use case, you can refer how these they have been coded. Uh, and we also have video tutorials. So for those of you who'd rather refer to short videos of the components than going through the help documents, if you want to save that time, you can refer to these videos. These are all a bit of old videos, so if you want like more like updated videos, you can go to YouTube, in our YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/CliqTrix', this is the CliqTrix official CliqTrix YouTube channel, and we've uploaded a lot of webinars from the past few CliqTrixes, the CliqTrix events that we had before this year, and you can refer to these videos. Everything's been uploaded on this video. This video too, that the webinar right now, it will be uploaded. This is recorded and it will be uploaded in this YouTube channel. So if you want to check this video again, like go through what this webinar is about again, or if your friend has missed it, they can go to this YouTube channel and check this webinar out. And we also have different webinars from the last year and so on. And we also you can also check out the official Cliq channel. So youtube.com/Zoho Cliq is the official Cliq channel. Here we posted a lot of developer platform related webinars and videos that you can refer to. These are all a bit updated. So if you want to take a look at it, you can check this out. And that's it. So, I mean, also before you for the help documents, when you're writing the code, so let's say you're writing a widget, and if you want to refer to the help document for the widget, so on the top right you have this help documents. So if you click on click guide, it's going to take you directly to the help document. That is, so if you're on the widget, it's going to take you to the widget execution handler, which is the help document that you want to refer to. So make sure to use these help and connections here on the top right. These are like shortcuts that you can use to save your time. So let's recap what we learned about in this webinar. So we learned about what Zoho Cliq is and how it's useful in business communication. And we learned about all the different platform components, such as like the bots, slash commands, and everything, and how an extension is created. Like we bundle all these platform components together to form an extension. That is what an extension is. Then we saw how you can choose a use case. So how you can choose a use case, and we also saw a live demo of creating a widget, Google Drive widget, where you understood how you can connect Cliq with another application using connections, and how you use the invoke URL statement. And then we learned where the learning materials and all the help docs are, how you can refer to those, and that's it. So thank you for attending this webinar. So hope you guys are understood a bit of how CliqTrix works and how you can create a component, create your integrations and extensions using Cliq platform. And I hope you found this webinar useful. Thank you again for attending this webinar. And I hope to see you all soon at the contest. And that's it. Thank you.